All right, welcome to After Dusk. We're on number 18. Is that After Dusk? Session 18? After Dusk 18? Is that right?
Yep.
I'm pretty
I
sure
got it
it is.
listed as 28, but yeah, it's 18.
It's 18. All right. All right. Here I am. My name is Tommy. I'm along with Mike and buddies Matt. Respectively, we play Throven, Pip, and Brask. Brask. All right, now we're getting to some After Dusk. We can get more in depth. We gotta talk more about our characters that we don't do in our recap. So, who wants to start off? Because I don't care who starts off.
Somebody else start off because
I
I'm
got
working on
something to
shit.
say. Let me. I have to say, I know in this session. To be honest with everyone, this session is sort of iffy for some of us. Some people are torn, but I'm going to say I think this was a Pip moment. This is one of your moments to shine. It was. I know you don't like being around it, but it was definitely a moment for you to shine.
It was there was definitely a lot to do. It was a lot for me to digest,
Yeah.
and I have difficulty with that.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying it was for me. It was awesome. I know it wasn't so much for you, but to see Pip come in his own and see of the master manipulator of you don't really believe with your ears, you believe more with your eyes than your ears.
Mm-hmm.
We've really seen Raspip rise up.
Yeah,
from the last time from when we left on our quest to get the fire. What was it? The fire rune.
Yeah,
the mantle.
fire room, the mantle,
The mantle.
man, the
Yeah,
mantle.
the mantle.
Like, where do we start?
When do we start? Yeah, the mantle. Yeah, I mean, I agree with you too. I mean, I love
Well,
Pip.
everybody is grown. I mean,
Yeah,
we're seeing like everybody do.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
What? Okay, don't everybody talk at once.
Oh, okay. See, I see again. I'm having issues. Are you guys just fucking with me? Because that sounds like.
You're not having issues, man. Nobody's saying shit. So.
Oh, okay, all right. Well, I was wondering. Oh, I guess people aren't talking right now. I mean, I guess it must be me. All right, sorry about that. I didn't mean to have that momentary lag, but I mean, I think it's
It was a
wonderful
moment
to
of
see.
silence, man.
As a moment of silence. Yeah, I know for us to see Pip do this, and there was some other stuff going on. Yeah, Nassau. I mean, he wasn't saying that much. There's some other issues going on, but I mean, please tell us if you don't want us to. I mean, I know we all love playing with each other, and if you feel too much of pressure, it's easy for me to take that pressure off of you. I mean,
Well, and
it's
I
cool.
think that's why we're all, and that's kind of what D&D 420 is, man. We're not that big bunch of assholes. I mean, we are, but we try not to be. Where I mean, we want to help out, fellow players. We want our players to have fun.
Yeah,
That's the primary goal is to have.
Because my whole thing is Stroven starting to build up to when ninth level when he gets Holy Warrior. I feel like I'd be more of a sort of like a commander of the battlefield. So I'm starting to just order people around. That's the reason why I said, well, Pip can't get it done. Well, you do it. What do you think, Stroven? So now I have more of an input. Like, well, fine. Yeah. So
and things will change from
yeah, of course.
I'm sure. So, but about the session, I mean, it was the first time that we had to hide what we killed. Out in the Wilder Dark, of course,
Yeah.
I mean, you kill it and it lays and rots and it becomes Karen and is eaten or whatever by the various monsters and beasties of the Wilder Dark. Here in Volkmanar, not so much. So we were really confronted with a problem that kind of struck us, I think.
Well, we were patient. We took our time. We really planned that shit out. I mean, we made sure to go through like what we wanted to do and what we thought would be the best. All of us did. I think this entire session we just showed how fucking strong the group is. Even though we've had past arguments and had lots of confrontations, especially in the Wilder Dark, we've fucking we're together here. We know what needs to get done, and we fucking.
Well, I think also, and
I am sitting here thinking though, like we were doing terrible shit the whole game. Like, goddamn.
Yeah, we've been terrible. Yeah, we have been doing terrible. But you can.
It was the feel good game session, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, barbecue. Yeah, dismembering
Yeah.
people and eating them and shit.
I guess so. But I mean, I think at this moment I have lost my train of thought because I was going to say something, but
Oh,
Well,
I'm sorry.
how
man.
could that have happened?
I know I took a hit and
Yeah.
I'm pretty high.
D&D 420.
I'm really high.
So,
Yeah.
we'll give Tommy a minute to remember what he's talking about.
Okay. All right. Well, still. So I'm just gonna ramble until it comes back to me. That's what I do. I mean, I think it was because for me, it's the first time we got to own something of just ours collectively. We grew up in an orphanage. We didn't really have a place to stay. We have this and that. We always came to the Sandstone. We worked here. We always hung out at Sandstone. So when the opportunity of saying bring this mantle back, which really didn't really have any value to us. Think about it. The mantle was just something to come back to make our father
your
happy
job,
with us.
yeah.
It was more like, oh well, look what we can do. We can finally do. We beat the other team. Look at us. We're growing up. But really,
It was a challenge.
It was a challenge. It didn't really have any value to us. But I think the Sandstone Sandstone Ale House, which maybe Pip doesn't, it does. So now when we do this, we have to put more thought in that this is ours. This is our pretty now. We get to pet it and stroke it and groom it. And you know what? We're going to pay workers better by accident because we didn't know any better. But yeah, now we got to go with it, which causes more chaos because now you have this thing we're paying our workers more than the other places. People are going to be attracted to it. It causes discord. I'm pretty sure other shop owners may be mad at us because, are we becoming the ritzy place? I don't know. But we definitely paying our people well.
Well above that.
Yeah, to the point that even when we go to the FEL Union, and even though we're the WitchCon, and even though this and that, we're paying our people. We're getting a name for ourselves just by how we paying our people.
Yeah, and hopefully that helps stoke the FEL Union and to assisting us to say, hey, this is an establishment non-dwarf owned that's actually paying their people. If the FEL Union stands for anything about that fair, whatever it is, labor or was it fair?
Fair exchange.
If that's their goal, then we can be that shining beacon.
But
I mean, we'll see then, because it's
I
coming up.
I still think Pip being Pip, and I know how we don't, but I think we should all at some point recognize the sense of saying we should have more dwarven allies, like people that will sort of. We don't have to agree with them, but we're useful. More dwarf clans that find us useful because when
I agree, but
this whole thing. Go ahead.
But I think the only way that we're going to achieve that is to go on the other side of the Browers and fight the Soulless.
And that's what I'm saying. We can fight some of the Soulless. Throvin's been saying, why don't we go fight some Soulless? It's okay.
No, well, I can't remember that.
We know what to do
there's
now.
not been. We haven't had a time to sit down and really say, okay, what's next? Because it's always a next thing popping up. And I think this next session will have that window to say, okay, guys, what are we doing now? Do we want to ingratiate ourselves with some other dwarves and go on the other side of the Brower Wall and start helping with whatever undead infestation they have, or do we want to go to Nogris? It'll be a window to say, okay, this is the direction we're going to go in as a party.
I still think there may be a way of helping them out and still be able to go out because it's gonna be beneficial of saying of just having those people there and having that opportunity so the dwarves are core among themselves and we would have someone that look us like the one guy. He's happily to send us out to grab something now. We become useful to that guy. Alistair wasn't useful anymore, so Alistair had to go. So if you use that analogy, if we're not useful, we got to go, just like we killed off Alistair.
And
yeah.
I think that we have the sandstone. If we can get the the bronze jaw situation kind of under control, because that's another thing that's kind of stopping us from doing anything, is because we're on the defensive. We're having to protect our property. You know? So if we can use the FEL Union to get the bronze jaw situation, because as far as the day-to-day operations, I mean, we got a full staff now. I think the head bartender showed back up, some more of the servers. You know, we have a good cook and some cooking staff. So I feel comfortable, if it wasn't for the bronze jaws attacks, to be able to leave.
And you're right. So that's the reason why, you know, saying I think Throven, I guess Throven kept on saying go to the FEL Union. And then I guess it finally took. Is that what happened?
Yeah, basically that's
well,
what happened. Yeah,
you made a lot of sense, you know, because you just kept on, you know, making your case, or you just kept on pinning out that we need to go.
And listen, the only thing I do with high wisdom is just saying common sense. It's like common sense. So that's how I sort of.
Well, and it definitely makes sense that I mean, we're getting attacked by dwarves in the air of this city. Dwarves are the only thing that's going to help, unless we make it bloody. If we're going to try to take care of this without, you know, the streets running red, then we're going to have to go for help, because we know how to take care of shit. But we're the only ones that ever walk away from the shit we take care of. Is the way it is, you know, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, Vrask was actually.
We don't know how to play nice.
Never, man. But Vrask was, he was just reluctant on going to the dwarves for help. But Thurvin made a real good case to tell us that we could, you know, just using them really.
Yeah, are you doing? Using, I mean, what is the benefit of chaos if you can't? The ultimate thing of chaos is changing the minds of law. That's chaos. You're just trying to change their mind. So go ahead and get on our side. They have to use us. They have to swallow their pride and use us for something. That's the fun part about it. Yeah. That's suspend disbelief, because this is the crew that can get stuff done, and they had to swallow it. But then you have some, you know, we're useful to some clans, and some clans like the Bronze Jaws. I mean, if we can find someone that doesn't like the Bronze Jaws, and then help them out, you know, find where they're at and help them out, they will owe us and becomes useful, and they will, you know, they probably go, you know, so like, hey, Bronze Jaws, why don't you guys back up?
I kind of liked the idea. I think an idea was floated, turning the bronze jaws against Alistair, because we're going to have to. I mean, we're propping his name up, you know, right now, but we're going to have to. We're not going to be able to do that forever. So, sicking them two on each other may also be good idea as far as dealing with
but what part Alistair? I mean, Alistair's gone. His witchcraft's gone. We have a bunch of kids that may or may not believe that you're Alistair. I mean, how's the Bronze Jaws won't be occupied with that?
When we start sending kids to fuck with them.
Well, if the kids will listen,
if they will. So, but that's easy enough, you know. Eventually, they're not going to be being paid by anyone, or we'll find out who's trying to take over, and then Alistair will bring, you know. So, I mean, either they're going to come into the fold, or they're going to go hungry.
I think it takes more work for us to say put Bronze Jaws against Alistair people than it was to go find the allies and help them out.
Oh, well, no, I agree. I'm just saying it's another avenue that we could explore if needed be.
What was that again?
I agree. Yeah. But I was just saying that it's another avenue that we have to explore. You know, that would be the intelligent thing, to have multiple avenues in case one of, because, you know, I mean, we could get shut down fairly quickly. We got this investigator, and I mean, we didn't lie to him, but we haven't been 100% truthful either. So we really need to keep the FEL Union on our side, you know. So maybe he's not very good, or maybe we can plant evidence. I don't know.
I have no idea. I know. I think there was a line that I think exemplifies a lot of evil people out there when it comes to D&D, and it's from The Simpsons. Is Montgomery Burns, Mr. Burns. He says, "I am not responsible for what my goons are told to do." So
Deep.
yeah. I don't know why I even said that. I'm just high. It's just like that's a good line. It's a good line because I mean, I could just.
I was a little
insanity.
thinker, man. I was sitting here like, yeah.
I'm not responsible
Insanity.
for my goons are told to do. It's like so we're getting. I do think using the FEL Union. I do think because I mean we have to sway the minds of not only that but the people. We have to be careful that it's not just us. And let's say we can handle ourselves against the dwarves. The dwarves are going to ransack the dirges again. The people are
Yeah.
going to turn against us. That's
Oh
what
yeah.
ultimately that we should be
I
worried
mean, that's
about.
a long term. That's a long term thinking that I really hadn't. I mean, Pip's intelligence may be 20, but his player Mike is just maybe. Well, I'm going to give myself a little bit above average, like 13, 14.
Yeah.
So that's long term thinking that I really hadn't thought of. I'm still hoping that well, honestly, Pip's hopes are that the undead problem on the other side fucks everything up and we ain't even got to go over there and bullshit. It just destroys the dwarves over there.
yeah, but it's not gonna destroy it. But
True.
it gives us the opportunity. I mean, if it's truly chaos, it gives us the opportunity to not only get revenge, but to use this implementation as a tool to get closer with the dwarves to cause more discord.
Yeah. So,
I mean,
and I'm all down for one. If we get that window that we're all sitting down, finally having a beer and say, okay, what's next? I think we should go help with the undead problem. We can even do that as a trip to Nogris, maybe find out, make sure that merchant lines are still open. And if not, we could say, hey, we'll police this merchant line from here to Nogris. Because I know that there's some farmers out that way. So that will give us an excuse to get out to Nogris and still be helping, I guess. Or we could just, throw down right wherever they want us to throw down, which being dwarves, they're going to be like, okay, you guys go here and take care of this, which will be cool as well, as long as we get that ingratiated. Okay. And that's why we need that the Alpin tribe, we need a damn name, the sandstone, we own a damn bar, we should have a fucking t-shirts made that we
I don't know. I mean this is the thing. I mean, Throven dislikes the word Alpin tribe because it's dwarven. I mean, I guess it's almost like Sibenkopf. I guess Sibenkopf is dwarven as well.
Dwarven as well.
But it's like we've grown up now. I mean, it was a childish, people were scared because of your presence was fearful and frightful. But now you actually are. And during this time, you can, I guess no matter what he is, he's gonna be called the Alpin. Unless he kills. Every time he says, if I hear the word Alpin, I'll kill you. But he kills a bunch of people until they call him something else.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
But well, no. What I was saying though is we got the Sandstone now. We could be the Sandstone Brawlers or the Sandstone Warriors or something
You're right. Yeah.
Not only prop up our establishment, but key us with that establishment and doing good for the dwarven community.
The sandstone dwarf killers.
No, come on. No, not the sandstone.
No, it's got to be a good guy thing. Think good guys like Sandstone Brawlers or the Sandstone Knuckle Dusters.
Knuckle Dusters.
Yeah, that was Avengers.
Let me think.
And then we can say Avengers Assemble. The Sandstone Avengers.
The Sandstone Alpin.
Well, see, you're throwing Alpin back in there.
I know because he's going to throw Alpin back in there. He is. He's going to you
Sandstone
wait.
Compatriots.
I know we're starting to sound like cheesy softball teams.
Yeah. Well, see, it needs to be because that's good and positive. Well, I mean, it's good and positive whether it's cheesy or not. I mean, because the shit exists in our world as well as other worlds. Things don't have to be fucking cool because what we're looking for is a name, that says, oh, that place and those guys and they do good. Yeah, cheesy is great.
Hey, I
Nice,
know,
wholesome.
I know. This should not be the name, but this would be a cool name. Okay,
What is
get
it?
ready. The Sandstone Rebellion.
Yeah, because it rebellion, people ain't gonna like that.
Well,
'Cause
they
we'll-
will eventually.
Fine.
Isn't that bad?
Fine.
Sandstone Rebel.
It's a terrible name.
Oh, it's a fine name. It's just, it's gonna be hard to go to the,
I know.
say,
I know.
we're working for you guys. What's your name? We hate you guys. The rebellion.
For the Sandstone Rebellion. No, I said that's the name we shouldn't have it. But I'm just saying it would be cool. The Sandstone
good.
Rebellion. Maybe that would be like Secret Club. We'll be
I
like,
don't know
what is, and we have the Sandstone Rebellion.
That's what we call it upstairs. Out front, we could be the Sandstone Lawbringers. I don't know.
Stop it.
Lawbreaker. They'll call us lawbreakers.
Why is it called the?
Lawbreakers.
Why is it called the Sandstone?
I'm pretty sure we're just gonna be called the Alpen Tribe. The enemies of the wolves rename us.
Yeah, that's not good.
Well,
Yeah.
you got okay. Listen, you got
Call us
rebrand.
the Avengers.
You got
Oh, you're
rebrand. You got rebrand yourself.
I guess you gotta kill everyone who calls you the Alpen
No,
Tribe.
no.
Yeah, our
you kill-
first
you kill-
rebranding didn't work. It didn't.
Yeah, it didn't take because of
It was
called?
epic though.
It was not.
Yeah.
It was Nassau. He didn't go along with it.
The
That's who-
Sandstone Heartbreakers.
Now we're just talking about
The
bowl.
Sandstone
Yeah, okay. I'm
Slaughterhouse.
throwing cheesy meat.
We're in bowling teams now. All right. Okay, the Sandstone Heartbreakers versus the Iron Dwarves. Whatever.
Yeah, we'll come up with something. So those are avenues for us to attack.
Yeah, but I think I think once we get back, Nassau,
and we're gonna have to deal with Crag
Mhm.
and his like, dude, you can't just go beating people to death, man. That's just not done. And here we are, one of them classic monkey see, monkey do thing.
Yeah, I know. Like, I mean, I understand. I mean, once you,
Well, I don't think you should be punished.
but I think no, he's not gonna be punished. No, no, I'm just saying that there's a point in time when you're hitting on someone, and you realize that fuck it, you gonna spend the same amount of time on attempted murder and murder, so you might as well just keep going. No. I mean, at one point in that fight, he probably said, "Well, they go tell him he might as well shut him up now." And just fucking, he goes, if you get to a fight, it's like, he fought me. You might as well take your chances if you kill him. But you're right.
Yeah, Pip's all for getting rid of, might as well take them all out. So there's no witnesses, kind of thing. So, well, we're gonna have to talk to him about his tactics more than hey, you can't be doing this kind of.
Yeah. But definitely, we'll see.
He can't be thrown it, just at us like.
And another thing, I thought about this earlier and I almost forgot. We need a body hole, somewhere where we can dump bodies, and we're gonna have to start looking for one because I think we're gonna need it.
Too bad we can't. I was thinking if we, and I'm going to say this just because I think you guys would think about it before I would. But Throven, if I go by wisdom, common sense, if there's a slaughterhouse anywhere in the Dirches, but there's probably not. If we start a slaughterhouse in the Dirches, it'd be easier to dispose of the bodies. I'm just saying.
It would be much easier.
Yeah, and the smell and everything else. It would be really good.
What's that smell? Oh, it's a slaughterhouse.
That's a slaughterhouse, man.
Yeah, you're right. I forgot
It's also a vacation plan.
Yeah, bringing meat to the, bringing
God
meat.
Damn
to
it!
the,
Smells like death. Oh, it's a slaughterhouse. Yeah.
Bringing meat to the to the Dirches. Yeah, because I imagine there's not too much meat. I mean, I imagine there's not too much meat in the Dirches. So absolutely, what we're doing, providing some meat, would be a hit. Like,
but that would be a monstrous investment, though.
But meat's free.
Well, currently, but like I said, we need a body hole.
Kill the slaughterhouse here.
We may want to take a run
We need a
down
body
through
hole,
the sewers as well. Yeah.
I
somewhere where we can definitely dispose of unwanted carcasses.
Yeah,
Of course, the Sonnenberg thing, I think it worked out well, but it was a fairly large expenditure of spell power because there was, I had to cast a bunch of higher level spells just to get rid of one body, and that was kind of difficult, and it couldn't be done, kind of every day. People would start being like, "Hey, man, these people show up every other day and throw a barrel in you."
Yeah.
So you think we killed that many people are dying?
I don't know, man. It's been one day and we've killed 5. Well, we killed
Holy shit! Yeah,
4,
that's true. Yeah.
and Craig killed 1. So,
We got rid of 5 dead bodies, though. You're right.
And that's like in a 24-hour period.
That's
well,
one day.
48
I mean, we were getting good at it because the first time was sort of solid. The other time was just like, yeah. I still like Makara saying, "Well, you don't trust your cooks." Like, God damn it! What are you dark elf like?
Yeah, I know. We just got to get rid of that city. It is no good.
Yeah,
man. Yeah, I was loving Makar that session. Goddamn.
He
The
stepped
shit he
up
was saying.
quite a bit, man. Yeah.
He proved his usefulness. I mean, he has a quick mind. That Rask was seeing that.
Who's seeing what? Who had a quick mind?
Makar.
Yeah.
We just kept on throwing stuff out there for us to, and that's what we were doing. We were just throwing stuff out there to see what we were gonna do about the dead bodies, about what we're, how we're gonna eat, prepare the food, how we're gonna transport the food. The food being 4 fucking dead corpses.
Mm-hmm.
And he's still
difficult.
new, so he's testing out the waters as far as like, okay, are these guys completely crazy? Yeah,
I love the earlier session where he's like, or like earlier in the sessions when we were playing, when he first started, he's like, I think I might have joined the wrong group because we were just fucking the shit we were doing.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, but he's sticking around, so he's accepted us. So there's no
we're
sense.
strong, and
he realized we're strong. He realized.
And we're not really backstabby,
and we're the only people he knows.
Pretty, as long as everybody knows the rule is if you fuck it up, you're dead. So as long as we accept that,
if you fuck this up, we'll kill you. That was fucking
rough.
Damn, dude. That was one of my favorite moments. Was Throven saying that to Raspip. I forgot all about that. Raspip turns around. You fuck this up, I'll kill you.
Yeah, that's the reason why I told him.
Raspip's like, yeah, I know.
Fuck this up.
As the Alpin tribe, we love each other.
We love each other. It's harsh.
It's brutal, fucking.
Let's go ahead and wrap this one up then. And then we'll look into some technical shit.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us. Don't forget to join us next Thursday, 9 p.m. live on Twitch, or if you listen to this on Spotify or wherever place we're at. Lots of places by this place. It's I think it's everywhere now.
If I may, I can give a few of those places.
Go ahead.
You can look for us on Facebook at D&D 420 Guild. That's our page. We also have a group, D&D 420, that you can join and join in the fun. We are also on Podbean at dnd420.podbean.com. Search for us on YouTube and Spotify at D&D 420, and right here on www.twitch.tv/DND_420 Thursday nights 9 o'clock Eastern time for our After Dust. And as always, you can go to dnd420.com. That's the website that started it all. So, okay, there's my pitch.
Okay. All right. Well, we're going to end it. We're going to say goodnight. My name is Tommy. I play Thrower.
I'm Mike, and I play Raspip.
I'm Matthew, and I play Vrask.
And I would like to tell you to have a nice night.
Keep chilling, everyone.
Vanilla, great babe.
Thank you for listening to this week's After Dust. From Dust is a campaign set in the bowels of the world of Karn, in and around the dwarven city of Volcaminar, located in the World of Dark. It's a hard, desolate place rife with classism and racism, where only the strongest, most determined thrive.